Well, that shutdown didn't stop new laws from getting passed. So at the stroke of midnight, just like every new year, many of them will go into effect. And in 2014, many of those laws, both state and federal, will have a major effect on low-wage workers and on the individuals and businesses which employ them. Jane Wells explains.
New year, new laws.
Beat back the boss attack! We gotta beat back the boss attack!
And beating back the boss attack is at the top of the list. 2014 will see the minimum wage rise in more than a dozen states, led by Washington, Oregon, and California, all at $9 an hour or higher. It will hit the restaurant industry hard.
We've seen things like dollar menus going away by and large, or other increased pressure on the price that the consumer actually is going to end up paying.
Another new law will affect restaurant workers in a different way. Tips, which are often automatically added to the bills of large parties, could disappear because the IRS says if someone is forced to pay a tip, it's not a tip. It's a service charge and should be counted as wages. Restaurants which stick with the practice will have to deduct income taxes, adding to paperwork. So chains like Darden restaurants are phasing out the forced tipping, instead providing a suggested gratuity not on the tip line of the bill.
It came out of a concern that servers in the restaurant industry weren't accurately reporting all of their tips. But instead of the IRS going and dealing with this directly to the servers, they ended up putting this burden on the employer, the restaurant itself.
When it comes to new laws, California always takes the cake. And in 2014, the Golden State is ushering in new laws that include things like mandatory overtime pay for many live-in nannies and maids, or extending paid family leave to include taking care of a sick grandparent or grandchild, sibling, or in-law. Finally, back to food. California will up its farm worker protections. One new law will punish employers who threaten to report a worker to immigration authorities for complaining about substandard pay. And while farm workers already have state-mandated meal and rest periods, they will now also have heat recovery periods of at least 5 minutes as needed in the shade. Add it all up, and 2014 will make life better for those at the bottom, but as always, at a price. For Nightly Business Report, Jane Wells, Los Angeles.